and this meeting is being recorded. We've got a lot to talk about with Canva. So Canva is one of my favorite programs. I use it all the time for pretty much almost everything at this point in time, just because it's so, you can do so much with it. You can do sheets now, you can do documents, you can do, make anything. There's so many reasons to use Canva, and I do quite a bit. Who here uses Canva now? Cool. So all three inside here, great.
I do.
How about online?
I do as well.
Was it Donna? That was a yes for you?
I do.
Cool. I can't hear you, so that's great. Who's monitoring this? Because I can't hear you guys. Someone say something, anything online.
Yes. I use Canva every day.
I use Canva too.
Yeah, I can't hear them. I can't hear them.
Okay.
And if they have questions, it's going to be difficult. So 1 second, everybody online.
So we're gonna turn this up. This should be coming through the TV.
Oh.
Ask them to pipe up with me.
All right, somebody say something.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now.
Echo.
Hello.
Okay. We got you now. Thank you. I think that will get everybody up in the room.
I'm still good. Can you still hear them?
We are still good. Thank you. I can still see you. Can still hear. I've been to enough concerts that I already am deaf. So, all right. So we have a couple of Canva users in the house for sure. So in this class, we're going to go over a lot of Canva stuff, right? So everything from beginners to pro users. So for my pro users, hang with me a little bit in the beginning because we're going to go over some stuff you might already know. That's okay. You might actually learn something if I go over something you didn't know before. And we'll get to some of the real exciting stuff. Yes. We'll get to some of the real exciting stuff and a lot of the AI Canva stuff in the back end. Does that sound good to everybody?
Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go do that.
Is that okay? Fine.
Sounds good.
Sorry. All right, so let's begin. Let's begin, everybody. What did you just do? I make confetti happen. So if you are in a presentation in Canva and press the C key, you get confetti. So there you go. That was worth your price of admission for today anyway. So just by hitting C, you have a presentation open. For those who don't know me, my name is Maggie McDowell. I am the regional tech trainer. I have been with KW for about 20 years, 20 years plus at this point in time. I started off as an assistant to a team so long ago, and I have done many, many things throughout Keller Williams. I've done the alphabet soup at this point. But it's great because you can say I grew up through Keller Williams, and I've seen sort of real estate from all sides of the ball. So it does help a lot when I'm talking with people and doing consulting work. I am an unapologetic nerd. I like all things nerdy. And I'm very happy about that. I loved doing algebra as a kid. I was the only kid who liked to solve for X. I love Star Wars, Star Trek, and all that other fun stuff too. So anybody want to talk about stuff, we can. I have one kid who just started school today, her third grade class. It was such a moment. She rode the bus for the first time too. So we have a nice picture of her at the bus stop, Holliston, Mass. Yep. So and I have 3 cats, 1 dog, and 1 husband, all in that order, and just want the 1 husband. I only need 1. And I'm also Canva certified, believe it or not. And you can all actually get Canva certified, and we'll talk about that a little bit at the end of this class about how you too can become Canva certified as well. All right. Oops, wrong way. Here we go. All right. So let's get the elephant out of the room first, okay? Because I'm sure you all want to know about the KW Canva relationship that is about to be released. Because I know that is what most people are probably here for to talk about. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So, as you all know, we've reached a partnership with Canva so that we have the ability to have everybody here will get an enterprise account, their own enterprise account, which is a lot like Pro minus one or two things, but you basically are going to have all the Pro features. So I know there's going to be a lot of rejoicing in that because that means you don't have to scrape and crawl for the correct element that you're looking for, the right image that you're looking for, because that's a pain in the butt. You can't find what you're looking for. You'll have templates and you'll have connection with MLS. While you create those templates, so that way you can easily bring over your listing photos. It also is connected to your profile, your marketing profile in KW. So you'll actually have access to all that information too to bring directly into your templates. It's going to be released on September 4th. So we're very excited about that. So that's literally next week. And so they're creating all sorts of education materials for you guys and how to create your accounts and things along those lines. But yeah, so we have a lot of great things. I actually have a little slideshow I want to show you guys real quick. So you can see some stuff here. Yeah.
William, be imagining.
Oh boy, I didn't want to.
Oh.
Don't yell at me. Okay, oh, that's because it started all the way at the 9th page. Okay, we don't need to see that. Okay, all right. So this is what's going to happen on the rollout on September 4th, right? So we're going to be launching our KW Canva experience. We're going to be accessing the KW brand kits and templates. We're going to add the KW app to Canva to access listings in our profiles, and we're going to start designing, right? So this is how it's going to work. Something's wrong with yours. You know, I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching anything.
Sometimes you do this.
I think it changed the HDMI. Hold up. For all my online people, we're having some in-house difficulties, which is almost never. They're like turned off. Okay. They're on. They're just not. Hold up. 1 second. Set TVs to HDMI 3. How do I do that? You guys see any video up there? I can hear it. Oh. Oh. Good.
All we see is that frozen picture. It's not moving or anything.
There we go. Okay, there's one TV. Two TVs. And you guys are back up and running. Okay, fantastic. Okay. All right, sorry guys, we got that fixed up. All right, so you're gonna go to canva.kw.com on that day. If you go there now, nothing's gonna happen. So you're gonna go there to create your KW Canva account with your same credentials that you use for command. So whatever you use for command, you're gonna use there. So make sure you know your username and password. Once inside, you'll be able to get access to the KW brand kits and templates that are in there. You're going to have the logos, the colors, and the fonts already sort of built into the brand kit. So they're going to have 3 brand kits already ready for us. We're going to have the Keller Williams Core brand kit, the KW Luxury brand kit, and the KW Commercial brand kit already there for us to use. They are planning on building more brand kits for all of us, but those are the 3 that are going to be there to begin with. We're also going to have hundreds of ready-to-use templates there for both agents and leadership. So you'll have access to that right away. And then in order to access the MLS, you're going to use the apps section, which we're going to talk about today in our class. And in the apps, there'll be a KW app where you will sign in once again using your credentials. And then once you do, you'll have access to search all of the MLSs, as well as search your profile for assets to bring into your designs. And from there, you'll be able to start to design like a pro at that point. So using some of the skills that you'll learn in this class. So that is how it is going to work. That is when it releases on the 4th. Cool. Questions?
I know everybody has this question. Saw it earlier. You have Canva currently and you have designs in there. Are you going to be able to bring your designs over?
It's just like, so the question
It's
for
just
those,
gonna be-
yeah, for the question for those online is, can I bring like my designs over from a previous account to this account? Or it's like any other Canva account, right? So you'll be able to transfer designs, share designs from any other account with any other account, right? So you'll be able to, share a template very quickly and easily. It works just like any other Canva account. So yes.
So if we're paying for Canva now, when our renewal comes up, we don't necessarily have to if we're using it just for our real estate KW stuff.
Correct. So you don't necessarily have to, you get to choose whether or not you want to keep your pro account or not. You're going to have mostly all of the features, minus one or two things. So most people aren't going to need their pro account at that point in time. So they'll have all the background removers and all the fun stuff inside of there, which we absolutely know and love. So, which we do love. Okay. So some chat things, maybe. Yeah, and so yes, you will for David, like I said, for if you already have a Canva account, you don't need to create the one with KW, but you're gonna want to if you're gonna want to access all of the stuff, right? If you're gonna want to access the MLS and the templates and all the things, you will have to create another account with the KW enterprise account. Great. Donna says that your questions were perfect. Cool. All right. Any other questions regarding this? No. Okay. That was far fewer questions than I thought I was gonna have. Fantastic. All right. So let's get going. To some of the basics, right? So remember, we're going to go over some of the basics to some of my Canva people in the audience who may not know Canva so well. And we're going to start actually on the home page, canva.com. So when you start on Canva, it's going to look a lot like this. It's going to, you'll see what will you design today. You'll see on the left some things you can do over here. You'll see your recent designs, things that you've started. In the design today, you'll see all these little sort of applet looking things. Any of those begins a new project, and the new project will be a blank canvas. So whatever it is, this is a good way to start a blank canvas. You can also search your designs and find some of the designs that you have in here. You can search templates directly from here and start looking for templates right away. So if you want like an open house template or something along those lines, you can just search and something will pop up. And then there's the Canva AI, which we'll talk about later, where you can start asking it to design stuff for you and it will do whatever it is, right? So, well, not whatever it is, within reason, I guess. So, but yes, on the left-hand side, you'll see a lot of the same stuff. Home just brings you right back to the dashboard. Projects brings you to all of your projects with all of your folders. Templates will bring you once again to templates to start looking for templates or search for templates. Brand is where you will see your brand kits and your brand templates. It's going to look a lot like this for when you go into your enterprise account. You'll have 3 brand kits already in there. And then the brand templates are where the brand templates are going to live. So all the templates that they create for us are going to show up in here. So that's what you're going to see there. And then Canva AI is just another way to get to the Canva AI section. And then you can see apps already from here. So if you want to do some app searching, you can take a look here. Anytime you create a project, all you have to do, you can either hit create up here and you get this nice little thing, or you can start creating from there. Or you can directly from the home page, whichever floats your boat, they all sort of do the same thing. And then you can start designing along those lines. All right. When you are in your canvas, this is what it looks like, right? You have your project in the middle. You have on the left-hand side, you'll see designs, elements, text, brand, uploads, tools, projects, and apps on the left-hand side. Audio, there's a lot more stuff here on top of that. So this is all things that you can start doing inside of your canvas right away. You'll see that you won't see the toolbar when you first walk in, but as soon as you click on something, a toolbar will appear at the top. That toolbar will be very specific to whatever you are working on. So whatever thing you have selected. So I have the background selected, so you can see I can change the background color and do some things specifically with this. And you'll notice that different things have different options at the top, right? That's because I can do different things with different elements on my canvas. So this right here is a shape, the little square. If I click edit, I get to change the shape to whatever shape that I'm looking for. I can go ahead and from here change the color of the shape real easily. So if I want a different color, I can change the color. Change the stroke weight. So if I want a nice thick stroke, I can go ahead and do that. I can also do things like corner rounding. So if I want this to have rounded corners, I can. I can actually increase the number of sides. Can't increase the number of sides of shape too much or else you get a circle. But you can see like I changed that pretty quickly through here as well. But yeah, so you'll notice if I click on other things, let's just say this is an element, so it's a picture. I can do other things with this. I can flip it, meaning I can flip it horizontally or vertically, right? The edit in here is a little different. Oh, I hit a little brain fart. Here we go. Now, because it's a picture, I can do things with editing the picture, sort of editing different things. It's an element, so I can change different things inside of it. So it gives me a few more options. And then if I click on text, right, text, I have text options, right? So now I have your normal text options, fonts, colors, adjustments, things along those lines. So you see we have those kinds of things. If you select more than one thing at the same time, to select more than one thing, all I have to do is shift click on something additionally, and that will add it to what I'm doing. I can do things like position. Position pops up, and this is where I can do things like, oh, let's align something to the middle, right? Or align something to the top or the bottom. These things help me sort of align everything in my canvas to make a nice, neat look in my design. These are great little tips and tricks to make sure that you've got sort of a nice, organized, aligned document that will help your sensibilities with designing. You can even space horizontally, meaning that there's the even space in between. So if I'm trying to put like a whole bunch of things together and I want to make sure they're evenly spaced and it looks nice, this space evenly is very, very good as well. You'll also notice as I move something around the canvas, there is a nice solid line. So if I'm in the middle of the canvas, that solid line will appear. And if it's crossed in the middle, I'm in the exact dead center of my canvas. That's a really great way to do that. You'll also notice that if I line it up with something else on the canvas, that it will give me a dotted line. It will show me where the tops line up, or the bottoms line up, or if in the middle of if our middles are lined up. This just really makes it easy to help align stuff. and just make a really nice presentation, a really nice marketing piece if stuff is aligned. Otherwise, even if it's a little bit off, I don't know about you, if something is just slightly off, it bothers the heck out of me. Like, so we want to make sure that we're not causing those kinds of reactions in our pieces. So we want to make sure that we're very aligned. So these are nice little tools ahead of that. If you need to bring something forward, you use that position button again, and we can arrange them. We can move something forward. To the back means it goes all the way to the back. To the front means it goes all the way to the front, or you can just go backwards until you get to where you need to go in the canvas. So that's sort of basic, sort of moving things around your canvas. Any questions regarding any of that stuff? Okay, cool. All right, let's talk organization real quick. This is really important when working with Canva, especially since anytime you open something inside of Canva, it just saves it. So, and even if you didn't like it, it's gonna save it. It can get real messy real fast inside of your designs, and it can be really hard to find stuff if you make a lot. So, yes.
Is it easier to start from scratch, or I guess?
I use old designs all the time,
Yeah.
Oh, I really like this one, and I'm just gonna make updates to this, right? Okay.
Get lost again.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Okay, good. I'm not doing it. I just want to point out I did not touch anything. I feel like I'm being struck by lightning every time. What was it just saying? We have a nice it's in the middle too, and it was also yellow. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. You guys still online?
Oh. President's flying over.
It's this is what happens when aliens come to abduct you.
Yes, exactly.
It's just okay, well, you guys are still seeing this stuff. Okay, we're back up. Excellent. All right. Oh yeah, what I was saying. So you want to organize this stuff. Clean it out regularly, right? Delete stuff that you don't want anymore. It's gonna keep things nice and clean. There's a trash button down here. So if you accidentally delete something or need to save something, you've got 30 days to save it. So helpful. I have done that. I have saved stuff. So if you can't find it, maybe look in the trash. Also really important is your folders. Totally make folders to throw stuff in. Right? If you make a lot of open house flyers, make an open house flyer folder. If you have this, whatever you do a lot of, make a folder for it. It's going to be a heck of a lot easier to find stuff later. So folders is a fantastic way to keep yourself organized. You can create a folder by going into projects and just hitting add new, and then you can just add a new folder, and then you can go from there. It makes a big difference. So organization in Canva totally makes a difference. It'll save you a ton of time looking for stuff. All right. Okay, so stay on brand. Let's talk brand kit, right? So we're all getting brand kits, which is fantastic. Brand kits are a way for us to create things that are in our brand, right? So you notice I have a brand kit right here, and it's got our logos and our colors. Don't ask me why legal seafood is in here. I don't know why, but we have legal seafood colors. And you can see we've got some fonts, brand voice. This is the same stuff you're going to see with the KW one, with all the KW stuff specifically. And it's really important because when you are in a design and you're working on a design, you notice that there's something called styles over here. So if you click on styles, this lets you quickly change the style of whatever template you have to your brand. So if I click on brand colors, it'll immediately change things. If I keep clicking on it, it's giving me a new set of oh, well, do you like it this way or do you like it this way? All using my brand kit, right? So this is a great way to have this quick and easy branded template just by hitting brand kit. It will brand whatever it is to your brand kit. So it's a fantastic way to really quickly design something really quick. You'll notice also in styles, they have other things too. You can match image colors if you want a homogeneous design, or you can match different things through here. But I'm a big proponent of using the brand color, the brand kit to go ahead and use legal sequence colors to quickly brand something real fast. All right. It's one of the reasons why brand kits are fantastic, because you can just easily create a design like that using templates that they've already given us. All right. Speaking of templates, once we're in a design that we're working on, we can quickly change or add to the design using templates. So we can always look for stuff while we're in here. So for example, if I wanted to look for, I don't know, let's do a buyer presentation while I'm in here. It's going to give me a whole bunch of different buyer presentations. Right? I could be a little more specific. But let's see, we'll just use this one because it's here. All I gotta do is click on it. And I'm just gonna apply the one page, thanks. And I'll replace the current page. And there we go. So I have a new template. So I can add all 26 pages, but I only wanted to add the one because it was changing this page. So I can use any of the templates that I'm looking for right in here. There's so many different templates in here. Just be very descriptive of what you're looking for, and you're probably going to find a template for it. You were saying you didn't quite like all the designs that you found sometimes, right? So this is just look through the templates. You can get very specific too when you're looking. You can say, oh, I want something that's a specific color. Color is not going to mean a huge difference because you're probably going to brand it real quick, but you can filter by that too. And once you have a template, you may like it, but you may not love it. And so a lot of templates have something called layouts, which is the one in the middle. And a layout shows you different looks of the same design. Notice how they're all kind of variation on the same theme, right? So like if I like this one better, okay, I like that one better, right? So you could find something that's close and then go to layouts and find something that's even closer, right? And so it just really makes a difference when you're trying to find something that's sort of your style or what you're trying to match it up with. All right. Once you have a template, you can make it yours very quickly and easily. So, so this was a template I picked up of this nice little badge here. Well, I got to replace that image with my image. So I'm going to actually replace it with something else. Replace it with a nice dog photo. All you have to do is click whatever you want to replace it with, and then drag and drop into the frame, and you notice it replaced the picture. If I let go, the picture's inside of it. If I need to adjust it, just double click on the image, and then you can then drag the image to where your focal point is, where you need it to be, right? So it's double clicking on the image, and now I can move it around. Like, so if I wanted to like so I wanted the head in there, obviously. This is really important. You're going to be using this an awful lot, especially if you're replacing like images of homes, right? You want the door just center, right? So you just double click on the image and just center it, right? It's really good for your headshots, putting your head in the right place, those kinds of things. It's a really good thing to have. So all you need to do is drag and drop into the thing you want to replace. And then from there, I can go ahead and replace my info and all that other stuff. And now the template is mine, right? Okay. So let's talk elements now. So you guys have started grabbed an element from there to start working on this design. So elements, get rid of this, are things you can add to your canvas. And there are so many different types of elements. There are pictures, shapes, graphics, polls. You can make an image, sheets, photos, videos, audio, charts, stickers, frames, grids, mock-ups, collections. There is something for everybody in here that whatever thing you're looking for, you will find it in here, I promise you. And so you can be very specific about what you're looking for. Now, obviously, this is a birthday cake. So what should I be adding to this birthday cake? Candles. Yes. So let's go find a candle. In fact, I only want one candle, so I'll make that very specific. So we're gonna find a candle and we can add it. And great. So now we have a candle, right? Now, something that a lot of people don't know about is if you want your graphics to sort of stay the same or very similar throughout your place, say you're doing a presentation or a document that's really long and you have lots of photos, let's just say you want it to be kind of in the same artistic vein, right? So if you have an element on the table in your canvas here, if you hit the more button, once you select it, you'll see the little 3 dots, the meatballs here. So I'll click on that. And there'll be an info button at the bottom. So if I click on info, you'll see something that says see more like this. And if you click on it, it pulls up in the elements section, more like this. So usually in the same collection or art style or maybe subject. Obviously, this is like, oh, you're looking for birthday stuff. Here you go. So it really does help keep, once again, that homogeneous look for your marketing piece, whatever you're creating. And that makes a huge difference for while you're designing things. And so like if I wanted to add something else, I could, like, well, you know, this is very different candle, but sort of the same lines. And so you can add more things like that. These are usually looking at collections, which you can usually see at the bottom, right? Collections are groups of images that are very similar to each other. So, you know, like all sort of the same art style, things like that. So if I wanted to add more of those, you just click on it and then you can sort of add them to your content, whatever it is. All right. Yeah. Okay, great. All right. In the elements are also videos. Videos are super helpful for when doing like social media stuff. Because what's important for social media? Photos.
Videos.
Videos. Oh, so both. I mean, there's got to be some visual aspect. We like videos better, and the reason why we like some sort of movement better is because it's more likely to catch your attention. And we're trying to stop the scroll, right? That is what we're trying to do. So if you're looking for a background or something to add to your social media, this is a good place to look. Let's just find, I know, someone give me a subject for a video that we can add here.
Subject for your video?
Yeah.
Stick with bugs. You were going through the bugs.
Bugs.
Before.
Okay.
So that just
Bugs.
that should get people's attention.
I will.
Maybe they want to scroll and not stop scrolling.
Okay.
No?
I'm not gonna do this. Okay, I like dragonflies. We're gonna add the dragon. Great. And so now we have a nice little video, right? Just drag and drop. So you can do that with any design. You can just drag and drop video inside of it, and suddenly we have some animation going on. Okay, cool. All right, let's talk apps a little bit. So apps can really change your project. Apps is a really powerful tool that Canva allows us to use. So Canva sort of is a little bit of open development, which is great. It allows other people to create apps and other companies to create apps, hence why we'll be able to use our MLS inside of Canva, because we'll be using an app, a KW app, to connect. But it can really add things and work to add certain things to your canvas. I use apps an awful lot myself, because you'll find apps inside of it. Just click on apps really quick. You can find apps for AI generation, audio creation, frame creation, text, different fun text elements, different design things, communication, design, graphic design, marketing, photo editing, project management, text styling. There's literally an app for that, right? So there's a whole bunch in there. I tend to stay with the apps that have to do with text, just because I like to jazz up my text a little bit. So there's a lot there. And so you can add certain things to it that really make that you couldn't do normally with Canva. The apps allow you to do certain things with it. So for example, I like to use an awful lot. So we can do some text art here. This is a nice little app. It's kind of fun. Sometimes it comes out really funky. Sometimes it works. So we can say, hello there. All right. Somebody give me a description of what we can make this text out of.
Bubble.
Bubbles? Ooh, I like that. Bubbles. Generate. To see what it does. I'm just curious. Sometimes it does some really weird things.
That's what I use. Reels.
Do you really bubbles? Lots of bubbles?
Oh, bubbles.
What kind of bubbles did you work?
I like lettering.
Oh, like bubbly text. Oh, okay, cool. But this is gonna make it out of bubbles, I think.
Oh.
Okay, not bad. Could have been better, but hey, I'll take it. Hey. That's the thing with AI. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. I'll remove the background on that and get a little not bad. Okay, cool. But you can see I use this quite a bit. I've got I use a lot of the type lettering stuff, because you can get some fun lettering. Let's just say I want to do like something fun for this class. Right, just add to design, and suddenly I have like fun text. Things I could not do with myself on regular Canva, I can do with apps. So apps really make a difference. Like I said, these are just like art style stuff. You can do a lot more. I've used clipping masks to make frames out of pictures and things like that. So there's lots of different things you can do inside of the applets itself. One of the applets that they have is QR codes. So for my QR code users, there's a nice one to create a QR code, and it'll do that for you in here. And you can even have more funky design ones, so more funky QR codes that you can add to it. So, the ones that you can make with pictures or colors or things like that. So something a little more funky than your normal QR code, which is great. Okay. Excellent. So text. You ever design something and it takes you like 20,000 hours to find the correct text for your design? So me, right? But I literally go through every single. You did that with Canva, you'd be dead by the time you got through every single iteration of the number of fonts that they have in here, because there are so many. Luckily, there are these things called font categories at the top. So I could go find my normal font, like just by going through all of them, which would take me an awful long time. But if I'm looking for something specific, there are font categories up here. So if I want to find a specific category for what I'm looking for, I can pick it. So does someone want to someone yell out a font category in here they would like me to look into? Bubbles. Bubbles. I don't think they had a bubble one. It's one of these.
Talk.
Was the cursive one of them? I saw curly. Yeah, I'll do curly for now. All right, so curly. So here's curly, and so it's showing me all stuff that has curly handwriting. So at least there's still a ton of them, and it's still going to take me a while to go through a ton of them, but like these, but it's not going to be as bad, right? Also, something as closer to what I'm looking for than if I started from scratch. I can't even read that, so we'll go with that. So, but it's a good way. Using the font categories can help you narrow down what you're looking for inside of your fonts. All right. Now, for more fun stuff, some more advanced stuff. a little more AI stuff inside of Canva that exists already. So a lot of what people use Canva for is like photo editing. It's a good reason to use it. You can upload any photo you want, right? And you can do, like, everybody knows that you're gonna change the filters a little bit. Kind of like you could do on your phone. You can change, the look really quick on that. You can change your white balance, your temperature, your contrast, right? So you can change the coloring very easily. But we can go a little bit further with pictures too. One of the things that I think gets used the most is the background remover in Canva. This is something everybody's gonna be super excited to have when they have they have their new enterprise accounts. If you use the background remover, the background suddenly disappears, right? This is great for lots of things. I can't tell you how many times I have to remove the background on a logo or for a agent, like the picture of the agent, so they can put them on top of a background or something like that. It's super helpful. Let's go a little further with some of the AI tools. We can even erase things using Magic Eraser. So if I select this picture and I go to edit, I can go to the Magic Eraser tool. And using the brush, let's just brush right over these little pigeons. And it's gonna think for a second. And suddenly, it's like the birds were never there. So we have Magic Eraser. This is also very exciting. Usually we think of an image as sort of like a static thing, right? Like we might like something inside of it, but in order to grab it, it's not that easy to do. You'd have to use something like Photoshop to go around it and copy that and paste it. Well, there's something called Magic Grab in Canva that makes it super easy. So if I select this photo here and I go to edit, and we'll go to Magic Grab. And it kind of already knows what my elements are here. So I can click on this astronaut, say grab it. And it's automatically going to make the astronaut now something I can grab out of the picture. So he's suddenly now something I can put somewhere else. And I can move him around. So now he's dancing on the moon over here. Huge difference. Like that alone is amazing how quickly that happened. So I have a graphic design background. I have a master's certificate in graphic design. It used to take me so long to do this in Photoshop. I can do it in literal seconds now. And the cool thing is too, like the background he came out of, it's like he was never there in the first place. It like fixed the photo. So the earth is still there. So it's really crazy.
So we could grab like a picture of a house, like grab it and just kind of, and then use it for like
somewhere else. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yep.
And marketing piece. I don't know, just because you want the shape and
correct. Okay, so let's go a little bit further, right? So we've got this potted plant here in the background. Now we can make something in a photo, something else completely, by using sort of magic edit. So let's turn that plant into something else. Somebody give me an idea of what I can turn that plant into.
A vase.
A vase, okay. Oh, let's see,
We have an idea.
A moose.
A moose, yeah, even better.
Wow, okay. A cat. I like all these. These are great. Okay, I like it. Okay. These are great. You guys are great online. Thank you. Because I'm a big cat person. So we're gonna take this plant. We're gonna highlight this plant. We're gonna say, turn this plant into a cat. Let's see how good it does. I'm not sure how good it's gonna do.
What was the date of present you used?
The test. I will warn you with doing this is sometimes it gets it right on the first time, sometimes it doesn't. I've had to go back and do things a couple of times to like get the thing I'm looking for. Well, let's see what it does. I'm just curious because I've never had someone to recommend a cat before. Usually people are like, oh, flowers and things like that. You guys are great. Get moose, cats. So I'm gonna give it a second to do something here. I've turned a whole person into a penguin before with this, so be curious to see what we get out of it. It's the same with AI. So no, it did not like that. There's a little cat in there, a little cat head. I don't think it did a good job. Okay, it's gonna give me one more. Okay, this is what we call AI gone wrong, folks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I can have I this to be a cat instead of a plant. We'll try one more time. Very good. Let's see what happens. I mean, it was a little disturbing, actually. If you think about it. Give it one more second here to see what we can get. Some things are better than others. The plant thing works really well. I've turned the plant into a flower multiple times.
Uh-oh, we're
Oh,
losing.
there's a cat just peeking out of the out of both of them. All three. Okay. You just have to apparently. Oh, I guess we're not gonna get it out of there. Okay. We'll do. All right. Turn this dance into a base. Let's just do something a little more basic. And see
It
what
just
we
doesn't
get.
like it. I don't
Just
know.
doesn't like it. Oh shoot. Oh, what happened there? Oh no, it turned it into the cat. Crap. Turn this into a base. One more time. See what I can do. Usually it's better than this, but today I guess it's having an off day. Can't win them all, I guess. You guys get the picture though. I mean, most of the time, if it's a close enough shape, it'll do a pretty good job. And I've seen people do some really interesting things with it. Instead, I've turned a person into a penguin before. It actually worked really well. Okay, so it actually put it in a vase. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing. So I'll take that. I'll take that today. Done. All right, neat. So it's a completely different photo now, right? There's something different about it. So imagine doing that with something inside of a house, right? Like you want to get rid of certain things like clutter and stuff, or turn clutter and stuff into something else, and do that. So like real world applications for us, like this, we can use this for certain things. I will make this huge caveat though. Do not change anything that is a part of the house, right? You can't change the fundamental, like the house itself.
Can't move the wall?
You can't move walls. You can't remove wires, right? Like you can't change, like the house is the house, right? And you can't change things about the house. Cannot do that, right? That's not allowable. You can get into serious trouble for doing things like that. Doesn't mean you can't do things like remove trash, or if you're you can do staging, Kathy. That's a great question. You are allowed to do staging. However, you got to make sure that you do put that in the remarks. Some MLSs make you put that in remarks if you do virtual staging. So just read the rules of your MLS to see how that goes. Because each MLS is a little different on that, but a lot of MLSs require that in the remarks themselves. But you can do things like, if you took a picture and you're in the mirror, or you took a picture and the cat's in it or something like that, you can at least change things about it. So for an example here, right, I've got a couple of things here. So let's take this here. Let's just say I didn't want this TV here. So I can do magic edit and say, just gonna grab this TV. And make this to be a painting. Something like send magic or today. One more time. Today, just having some fun with my AI. Today. Canva's making me into a liar today. Okay, we're getting there. All right. You guys are gonna have to trust me. I can't play with it a lot today, but I have made this a painting many, many times. It is just not want to today. So we're gonna go with it. But you can see it's sort of doing it in the background. But you can do things along those lines. But there's another example here. I've got this lovely picture here. And I want to. Someone took Lefty's lovely trash bins in the way. Let's get rid of them. And the shadow, because it looks weird if you leave the shadow without the trash bins. Make erase. Just like that, the bins are gone. Right? So that's gut applications for us today, right? If we have a quick photo and there's something wrong with it that we want to change. So good stuff for us to be able to do with. But remember, just a reminder that we cannot change the house itself. Okay. Anything that's part of the house or affects the, the price of the house that we can't change, you cannot change. All right. We can also do things with something they have called mock-ups. So this is actually something that, let me make this a little smaller, that is actually inside of your elements. They have things called mock-ups. Get rid of this. They're in here. And what they are, they're pre-done stuff, which you can go ahead and, so like you can see this is a t-shirt, so you can replace the frame inside of it that are already there, which is actually kind of fun. So we're gonna replace that with something. We're gonna use the AI picture generator because they do have one. Somebody give me something that can go on this woman's shirt. We want something exciting. All right, I got a chat. A moose. We need a moose. Okay. All right. A moose. That. Business suit moose. Let's see what it comes up with. We really want that moose. Oh yeah. Okay, which one? Which one, guys? 1, 2, 3, or 4? One. We like one. Okay, we got one. All right. This is my new favorite picture. And it's gonna go ahead. And there you go. She's wearing the moose. There it is. All right. So it replaces thing. Well, this is from Haunted. Some weird stuff today.
Usually it happens when the TVs are ready to die.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, nobody looked directly in the center. If you guys online could see what's going on in here today. But yeah, so we've got our nice little business moose. By the way, you can actually order this t-shirt now because you can order t-shirts or you can order stuff directly from Canva. So if somebody wants this business moose, let me know and I'll send you the design. So I would wear this shirt 100%. So how could we use it? Let's do a little fun thing here. So this is another mock-up. And I'm gonna put in my brand kit. I'm gonna grab our logo. I'm gonna put that inside there. And so now my logo's on this mug. And I can put that mug on the counter. And suddenly I have some subliminal brand messaging in my design. So there's definitely use cases for some mock-ups for sure. I'm gonna get a seizure from this thing. Let's get aside. Yeah, it's going up there. Okay, so one of the other things, let's talk a little bit more about text. We can do some things with text, so we can actually make our text into a curve. So if you've got your text highlighted and you go to effects and you scroll down to the bottom, there's going to be the ability to change that shape into a curve, and you can change the curve to fit whichever way you need it to go. So if we want to make it into a circle, we can, but we want to fit that in there and do those kinds of things. We can also animate text. This is really good for social media. Once again, we're trying to look for that thing that's going to stop people. So if we have this text highlighted, you can see, and we go to animate, you can see that we have a whole bunch of options. Something a little exciting. Let's give it a little bounce.
We're gone.
Just like that. So a little. Okay. Oh, and we're back. Fantastic. Or just an exit or just one. Really good to just a quick something spectacular on a social post, adding animations. And it's not just text that we can animate elements, right? So this is a turkey I grabbed. And if I want to animate this turkey here, oops, I'm gonna select the turkey, click animate, and I can actually create an animation. So if I hit this custom here and create an animation, I just have to drag to where I want this turkey to go. And suddenly he's moving across the screen. So it's just as simple as that to create animations inside of Canva. It really does make a difference in your designs, right? That this is something that people will catch attention. So we'll get done on my little turkey design. All right, cool. So we talked a lot about like design, right? The using templates, we would creating content that you would normally go for a flyer or a picture or, social media post or whatever. But we can also do document work inside of Canva. And I've actually done documents in here before. And so you can use it like Word or Google Docs. You can just type. Okay, and just use it like a document. They actually have this thing called Magic, right? This is sort of your in-house AI, right? You can actually have it do stuff for you. So write me a small poem about a business moose. Just curious to see what it comes up with. This goes really well with the picture. Here's my business moose poem, right? And I can just go ahead and enter it and have it just go right in, right? The business moose, there it is. Goodness gracious, I'm definitely gonna be still in my elements. I have to add the picture to go with it. Oh no.
Maggie, can I ask a quick question?
Business moose. Donna, I lost you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh no.
Oh,
Hold
I got
on. If anybody's been talking, I haven't heard any of them. There. It's just none of the technology is working. All right, somebody say something.
hello, hello, hello. No.
Okay. I have no idea how to get them on audio. Thoughts from the classroom?
I'll put my question in the chat.
Yeah, it seems like it's just not working at all. Also, there's lots of artifacts. Notice this, something's going on. Hold up. Okay, thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys, sorry, you have to put your things in chat. I cannot hear you guys. The technology here has just been nuts today. So does it have a memory like ChatGPT? So it did memorize this, and if you use something, I think it will keep it for a little while. I don't think it saves it for perpetuity. So it doesn't. This AI does not have a memory like ChatGPT, so it's not going to remember that kind of stuff. I know that. It will, you can go back to a previous asks. I don't know how far back it would go though, because I have seen some of my previous prompts in the AI itself. So, but it's not gonna save this. This is great. This movie is like my new favorite thing of the whole time. But good question. Other things you can do, you'll notice, let me just make Mr. Moose a little smaller here so I can show you something. Because I'm in a different kind of design, if I go to elements here, you notice that all of the elements it's recommending have to do sort of with documents, right? So like tables and graphs. So it's kind of neat that, like where you're at, whatever you're doing, columns, you can do columns and things like that. That whatever design you're working on, the element screen sort of changes to fit your needs a little bit, which is kind of nice. I like these little highlight blocks. These are great. I used these before, like this is a highlight. Okay, so you can, add a little more visual stuff to your documents if you use this for the document creation. This is an awesome alternative to using Word or a Word doc. It can be just as frustrating as Word. I fought with it the other day, but it is a little better. It's also prettier and easier to use for formatting wise. So there's that. This is something that's relatively new, but you can also use it as sort of sheets, right? So as an Excel spreadsheet, which is fantastic. I have used it many times as this. There are tons of templates inside of the templates. You can find tons of stuff. Like this is a lead tracker that they actually had already. So I wanted to bring it up because obviously we use this kind of stuff. But I also love sheets because it is so much prettier than an actual Excel sheet or a Google spreadsheet, right? I mean, you can just tell by looking at it, like this looks so much nicer than anything I would create in Excel, right? So, and when you share it with people, they get the pretty, like they get something that's prettier than just an actual sheet. So for an example, and if you like have graphs and stuff, so let me just show you something real quick. So this is, I do actually a spreadsheet with graphs and stuff for leadership an awful lot. And it shows like all these nice little graphs, and it's cool because if you highlight it, like you can see it kind of shows like, it's kind of a nice little thing. If I share this with people, there's a public link view. And here's my public link view. Hold up. Let's see. Copy the link. And if they go there, it's gonna open up in Canva again, isn't it? All right, hold on. I'm trying to show the actual public link view here. There it is, copy. Oh, you guys can't see this because I'm sharing something else altogether. Hold up. This is what they get. So they don't get to edit it and they don't get the Canva view, but they get the same sort of really nice view. That's right. Which is also really helpful. And so it makes a huge difference when doing a presentation. You can send this ahead of time. So Sheets provides a really nice alternative to using Excel or Google Sheets, honestly. So I definitely, consider doing your next sort of sheet through here. We also have something that we use sheets for called bulk create. Bulk create is probably one of my favorite things of all time because it helps you, if there is something that you need to create a whole bunch of with different information inside of it, let's just say if you had a flyer that you wanted to send out that had different, that you wanted to address to different people, or social media content that looked very similar, but you wanted a different picture and a different wording in it. You can do that relatively quickly for multiple things all at the same time. So for example, I have this like social media calendar here, and let's just say I want something where it's the same, it's an Instagram template. I want all the visuals to be different every week and the wording to be different every week. So all we need is an initial template to work off of. And if we highlight this, we can say, okay, go to actions, and I'm going to bulk create. And it's going to say, okay, is this the data you want? I'm going to say yes. And all I have to do is be like, pick my my design. Let's see if I can find my design. Here it is. So I already have one specifically set for this. And I'm going to say, okay, I want this background here. I'm going to connect the data. I want all of the pictures to go into that frame. And I want all of the text to go right here. So I've now connected the two things. I've got my visuals and my text. So now it's going to say, okay, based off of your spreadsheet, we're going to create 5 designs because you have 5 different weeks with different visuals and different things. I'll say, okay, yes. Okay. And it's actually going to go ahead and create 5 different templates for me, 5 different pieces for me. And each one of them is done. And you can see just by highlighting it, it took each one of them. And now I have a different social media post all set. All I had to do was just use the bulk create option. So imagine just quickly and easily creating a ton of content really quickly using bulk create. It makes a huge difference. So if you're doing like a whole bunch of social media content, I've actually used this for reporting. I've created a report and I had all like this spreadsheet worth of data, and each person had the same set of data, but different results in each data. So I just connected each one of them in bulk create, and I got a different flyer for each person, filled out all their information. So lots of great stuff with this. The ability to go ahead and use this is really fantastic. Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about Canva's AI. We go back to Canva. So at the home, when you first go in, there's a Canva AI here. You can also click on it right here. And this is where sort of all the magic happens. You can ask the Canva AI to start making things with you. And the cool thing is, you don't have to think basic with it. You can actually go a little beyond basic. Believe it or not, Canva's AI knows how to code stuff. So it will create like websites or things like that that you can use and use elsewhere. It's kind of crazy. If you would like ideas, if you're here on the home page and you go to Canva AI, if you scroll down, it'll give you a bunch of things you could ask your AI for. Everything for something as simple as like, oh, I need to like a little, video, or I want to write something or design something. But okay, let's do something a little more exciting. Let's code something, right? So you see some of the code stuff here. A fun memory matching game, an interactive menu for something, an interactive flashcard, a 3D exploring game. It can do all of these things. I'm looking for, there's a birthday card one in here. There we go. A digital birthday card. This is something we absolutely could use, right? We send stuff to our clients all the time, say happy birthday. What if it wasn't so plain, right? What if we wanted something a little more exciting? So let's click this to see what it sort of looks like here. And and we hold type. So you can see the prompt, it actually gave us the prompt for it. And it's going ahead and it's going to start coding stuff. I remember the first time I started, it asked it to do something. I was trying to make a leaderboard for something. And I didn't expect it, like I thought it was just gonna give me like a design for it. I didn't expect it to start like opening up a page and start coding to you do something that I could actually put online for a leaderboard. It was kind of nuts. So I'm super excited that it does something like this. So it's generating the code. And there we go. How cool is that? You've got a happy birthday, Emma, wishing, right? And so all we have to do is if we like this, we can say use the design. By the way, if you click on it, it does more confetti. I mean, that's pretty cool. Imagine sending this to somebody, right? So if I use this in a design, I can say, okay, let's make this its own little website. And all they're gonna do is double click direct, right? So, and this is what it looks like. It's really cool. This is something that we can go ahead and use again and again. All I have to do now to send this to Emma is I can share it and I can go ahead and give them a public view link, and then all of a sudden they open it up and they get a nice little happy birthday Emma thing that does confetti. That's pretty cool, right? Something that you can use the AI for. Most people don't even know that Canva can go that far with its AI. I can do simpler stuff. You can see there's a nice little thing here. So if I ever want to do this again, if I want to change the name or something like that, I can go ahead and grab this prompt and go ahead and use it again at some point in time. So I can do something along the lines of something as simple as I need a flyer for an event. For an open house. It's colorful. Obviously, I would do more of this. It's not a very good prompt, but there's only so much my brain can do at the moment, apparently. And it's gonna start coding for me again. And start doing stuff. I would say I could use a template for it too, but it's doing the same thing, right? I'm giving it what I want, and it's gonna come out with something in the back end. Create something for me. Great. It's giving me this thing, sort of interesting looking thing. This is something I can go online with. Interesting. And all I have to do is use it in design and say where you want to do it, and then I can go from there. So the AI is not, you're not limited with your AI. I had code for me. I should have done design for me, honestly. That's why I did a code. So there's lots of different things you can do with it. You can actually have it create video for you as well. Video, just so you know, the video when doing it, you can only do an 8-second long video, and you only get 5 videos per month. But you can do things with it. So for example, I have a presentation, a video that I created. If you were in my AI class, you saw that I created this through here. But here is my little video.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I am Maggie's personal assistant. I just want to say hello and welcome to this class.
So she is all AI. She was just a prompt. She's not a real person. Angela is not real in any way, shape, or form. And I just gave it a really good prompt, and it created a really good video for me. So you can use it to create intros for videos or little videos to stick in presentations. You can use it to create little social media videos as well. There's a lot that you can do with it. I've done quite a bit recently with it, because I wanted a little logo thing with it. If you actually go to my home page, just find a little logo I did the other day. This is something I created in Canva. Okay, so it's real, like, you can do some really interesting things with it here. So having the ability to create video in Canva is a thing that you can do. Just remember, you're a little bit limited with how many you can make per month. All right, here's my little Canva presentation. So the AI is really robust. Just, there's lots of things you can do with it. I recommend doing it. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Canva for websites. So one of the cool things about our KW sites is that we can use a addition. So if we make a custom page, there's a module called the HTML module, where you can go ahead and import any HTML code and be able to create anything you'd like, right? And so often I will help agents use, in conjunction with each other, Canva with our KW sites, because we can create web pages or our custom pages inside of Canva and bring that HTML code directly inside of our KW websites to make literally anything we want. It really does help create some really fantastic designs, because there are tons of templates just already ahead of time with Canva, and we can make anything look really, really nice and be able to bring it over. So this is actually a template, like this properties for rent page. So, you know, you can go through and you can make anything. You can go ahead and, you can insert links in here. So if I wanted this to go to Google, a link, I would put the link here, right? And you can go ahead and make anything linkable, clickable. You can add animations. You can do a whole bunch of different things in here that will sort of jazz up your website and look really, really nice. I couldn't do something like this in our KW site the way it stands, the way it is now, but I can bring this into my KW site looks like this. And that's a huge difference. So we've got all this stuff here, all these good things. And all I need to do is I just have to go into share and go to see all and hit the embed button. In the embed button, you have to click embed. You click embed. All we got to do is it gives us the HTML embed code. All we have to do is copy that. Now we go into our KW. I can actually show you guys this real quick because I have the time today. Just move over to my KW site. I gotta sign it again. Bear with me here while I sign it in. Go websites. Management website. We're gonna go to the advanced version, export mode. And so any custom page, so I'll just create a quick page real quick. We're gonna add a module. We're gonna add all the way at the bottom, there's a list. And we're gonna add a HTML embed module. Oh, I know. And we're gonna add a new embed module. When we're in here where it says raw HTML, we're gonna just paste all of that code. I'll call it. Oops. I Yeah. I think I pressed the wrong page. Oh, yeah. So it's actually because it did this for my entire Canva document, not just that one page, because I didn't specify. So I've got my entire, see how powerful it is? I brought my entire Canva presentation inside of my website. So I can publish this. It's gonna be crazy. I have to delete this later. Can't publish this. And I just bring it back here. I select my front page, which is actually the entire thing. And inside this page, I can see my entire Canva document is in here. That's so funny. I mean, the applications are just endless with this, right? I mean, you see I could put entire presentations in here, right? Not just a static page. So imagine putting your entire buyer presentation or listing presentation in here. There's so much you can do with this. I am not going to save this. Delete that later. So, but yes, so you can bring any Canva document and bring it in there. The even cooler thing is, once that code is in there, if I need to make changes to it, all I need to do is change the Canva document. I don't need to then go bring the code back into Command. It's a live dynamic code. So all I need to do is actually change the design and I'm done. So the hard work is just doing it the first time. And then after that, you just need to make changes to it afterwards. It's really fantastic, especially if you've got like market reports that you've got links to go everywhere. All you need to do is change the Canva document and your site is automatically updated. So it's a really powerful connection. This is something you don't have to wait for the fourth for. This is something that we've been doing for quite some time since our new sites came out. This is a fantastic use case for using Canva for a website, for your website. Okay. Sharing is caring. Great. We have all of these things. We have made all some fantastic presentations or marketing pieces. What do we do with it? Can we share them? We can absolutely share them. And we can share them in multiple different ways. The first thing we can do, right, is we can download it like any other thing, right? We've got the download option. We can download it in any available option for us, whether it's a movie or a PNG or a PDF or whatever it is, we can download it whatever we need. We can embed it, which means it will give you the code for it. You can put it somewhere else. If it's a presentation like this, you can present it and do a whole thing. You can print with Canva. So like I said, they have a print shop where you can print anything. So if you want to print postcards or t-shirts, I actually just made a t-shirt to buy over here the other day. You can have a link directly to the template. So if you need to share this with somebody, if somebody wants a copy of it, you can go ahead and send them a link and they get their own copy with which to mess with. You can put it right on your Facebook page. You can look it up. You can do a QR code for it. A whole bunch of different other things. You see there's a ton of options that you can do with it. My favorite is that public view link is really great because that public view link, if you use the public view link and put your design out there somewhere, Canva actually tracks how many times somebody has looked at the design. So you'll see here that there's something called metrics up here in the top, the analytics. You'll be able to actually track, oh boy, the analytics. I don't know if they can hear me anymore. Give it a second. Oh, I think we are completely gone. Are we off completely? Ay. Someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear me online.
We can hear you online still.
Thank you. Because
welcome.
I can hear perfect, great. Because I can't hear you. The technology here is breaking every 5 seconds. Oh man. Yeah, it's the thing again. I'm gonna just turn it on and off. Is it okay if I just do this one for you? Just because no one's on that side of the room. All right, there you go. This seemed to work last time. Okay, cool. All right, you're back up. Fantastic. So the analytics is actually really great because let's just say you put a design link on social media, you'll be able to track how well your designs do. So you'll be able to track to see if people are looking at it, clicking on it, things like that. It's really fantastic to see if, you know, the work that you're creating actually goes somewhere. You can go ahead and add people and just share the design and add people to your design so they can actually work with it on you. Work with it with you. You can actually see previews of things. There's lots of different ways to share. And I think that's another ways that Canva is unique, is because not many other places let you do as many things that you can do here as well. All right, so let's do questions. I apologize for everybody online. I cannot hear you. You will have to use the chat function so that I can answer your questions. For some reason, it is not working for us here. Any questions on anything we went over? Okay. It seems like no one's got a question. So, oh, wait, there's one. Wait. If you created a video here, yes, you can share it on YouTube. David, I am not sure where you can watch the recorded video. That is something to ask the staff here. I am unsure where they put that stuff. Sorry. But yes, you can create a video. You can actually download it directly. Oh, look, see, someone's already answered. Thank you. You can actually download it as one of the things you can download is an MP4, which you can then download directly to YouTube. Or upload directly to YouTube. Great. Fantastic. All right, cool. Fantastic. All right, no more questions. I think we're going to be done relatively early this time around. You guys were didn't have a ton of questions today. So let me go to the next part here. I got two more things for you. The first is if you guys wouldn't mind, anybody who's still left on, if you don't mind doing an evaluation, I would greatly appreciate it. I am looking for evaluations. I'm trying to get my certification with KWU, and I can't do that without evaluations. So the more that do it, the happier I am. So if you don't mind taking a second to do that for me, it'd be really nice. And then I will move on to the last slide, which I have a little thing for y'all. And this event for all my online people, you are not in person, you are virtual. So this is usually a virtual peeps. So I'll give you a second to do that. My chat. Yes, Donna, you are one step ahead of me. I think you might be able to see the next slide coming up. Yes, it is absolutely worth taking Canva classes. Obviously, so this is really like there are so much inside of Canva. I went over a ton of stuff today. The fun part about taking the Canva classes is it lets you try it after a lot of times after they teach you something. And there's a lot of in-depth stuff that I didn't even cover today. They have a ton of classes. You can get certified yourself relatively easy. You just have to take a class and then take a quiz. And they also have stuff, not only just how to do things in Canva, but they also have like theoretical type classes. They teach you sort of how to do really good marketing, how to market for social media, how to market for human connection. There's how to use the AI for marketing. There's lots of great classes in here. I have taken a lot of them and I've loved every single one of them. It's a really fantastic thing to do. So you get those classes. If you scan this code here, this will take you right to their classes. You can actually if you just Google Canva classes online, and first link that pops up too. So any of those work and it gets you right there. They do not hide it. They want you to know how to use their stuff. They want you using it because obviously they want you to keep paying for it. So they've got some really great classes. And the cool thing is sort of once you start taking those classes, they start sending you stuff for additional webinars. So I get emails all the time from Canva now about like additional webinars to take. And I've actually been on some really interesting classes because of that. So totally recommend. Absolutely recommend. Great. All righty. So we're gonna get out a little early for all of you guys today. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put in my email in the chat. Any point in time, I'd be happy. Get ready for the Canva release on the 4th. If you don't have Pro now, you'll have most of your Pro features afterwards. So yeah, so can't wait to get you guys going inside of it. But yes, thank you very much. And we will talk to you guys later.